Good morning, everybody. I wanted to remind everybody this hay season. Please, 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 please watch your bales. Okay. Our first field of hay that we brought in. I mean, there's quite a bit here. You know, it'll last with the number of horses we have right now. It'll last a month. You gotta watch your moisture in your hay bales, you guys. Please watch your moisture in your hay bales. Some of the bales got edges of the field weren't quite dry, and in turn, some of the hay is a little damp, right? And you can tell the dampness of the hay by how heavy it is or how wet the bales are. And before we brought Eddie up in the hayloft, I always check all of them. I check all of them, okay? Because I was standing here at the elevator when they come in, and I check the temperature or the moisture content on the outside of the bales, versus how heavy they are, versus if I think that they're comfortable to be put into a stack of hay here in the loft, or do I leave them up by the front, salt them, keep an eye on them, or do we throw them right down to the horses in the hay, throw them right down to the horses in the barn? As you guys know, I've been on the road the last 2 days, so we did hay on Saturday. I think we did hay bales on Saturday. And from Saturday to Wednesday, there was a bale downstairs that sat in the pile, and I'll go down and show you guys here in a minute. And that bale I just fed out this morning because I haven't been home, and they've been feeding either the donated hay that was given to us, or they were feeding bales that we've left out in front of the barn. Well, you got to make sure you will check those. And I'll post the video here later once I get back into the house. I took a video when I opened that bale. It was hot on the inside. And what you're going to see coming up out of that bale is not spores. It is not spore dust coming out of that hay bale. It is steam coming out of that hay bale. And so I ran up here and checked all of the rest of the bales that I can get my hands into. Stick your hands down inside between the bales, check for pockets of heat. You got to run your hands across the top of them. You want to make sure that there's not heat or moisture coming up out of them that's too heavy. I went through and checked all of these bales that were up here in the front that I already knew were possibly going to have to get fed out first, versus sitting here in the hayloft and getting compacted on later. So if they're up here by the front, we can keep a closer eye on them because we're right here by the elevator. And when we stack, we're going to start stacking out and up before we start stacking here. So that way we can keep an eye on these bales through the rest of the hay season to know if they're going to be okay or not. I've already pulled 2. In 4 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, almost 5 days. I've already pulled out 2 bales that I'm not comfortable staying up here. And we still have to stack it clear out past this wooden beam. You're going to see there's like a red thing on the ground over here, up to that blue box. So we have to pack the hay all the way up to that blue box and up. And you're going to see in this far wall, there's this beam right here. Yeah, that one. Make sure I got the right one. That beam is about the height that all the hay is going to be. That beam is probably, well, let's see, the one below it is 10 feet off the ground. So that beam is 15 feet off the floor. So 15 feet by, oh God, how long is this? That's got to be 20. No, that's got to be 16. So this is 20, 36, 50 feet. So 20 by 15, or I'm sorry, 50 by 15. This whole area is going to get stacked with hay first before we start stacking up here. What bales are dangerous? What happens? Poof, they turn into fire. They will literally combust from the inside out. So just a little, note. Make sure you guys are salting if you have damp bales. Literally table salt. Table salt actually helped this bale because this bale was a little bit damp. I salted the heck out of it, and it's pretty stiff in here. So this one's going to be a nice salty bale come winter. But it is dry now at this point because the salt has helped absorb that moisture from the bale. So these 2 bales will get thrown down, and we'll do them right now actually. Because there was a couple of wet spots that I was like, no. Other than that wet spot, you would have been a nice bale. And I still got that hay chaff to feed out too. Wet bales are dangerous. That's what causes barn fires. Ooh, that one's heavy. Yeah. And this barn is over 200, well, at least 100 years old, maybe a little bit better. You really don't need it to go up in flames. All right, I forgot the garbage bag was right there. Goodbye. So, wet bales be dangerous. Don't fool around with the wet bales. I got part of my Christmas put away. I still have more to go, but. Oh, no, it's my yard decorations. I got to finish putting them away. I got them started. They're over there. And then I got to go through all of this that got brought up last year from out of the barn because Megan thought it was a great price to store all the shit she didn't want to look at. We're having a yard sale in September. I'm telling you that right now. Barn sale in September. Yeah, so that hay bale I pulled was sitting right there in that pile. And I fed it out to Sophie. I can see if it still will steam up for you guys. I don't know if it will or not. Frank. Happy breakfast? Yeah? Smarty, if you didn't throw your grain on the ground, you wouldn't have to go digging for it. You realize that, right? Smarty. There's Gatto. Dragon. Nick is still in the in the indoor. So instead of Baron in here, I brought in Maple. Hi, Maple. How we doing? Maple, darling. Maple, darling. Yeah. Make sure you tell the peeps, thanks for the hay bags, you guys. Again. Right? Again, thanks for the hay bags. Nellie. Hi, Nellie. Hi, girlfriend. You eating your breakfast? Yeah. Twist. Twist. Oh, you got it all. You ate all your breakfast. Oh, good boy, buddy. You're a good boy. Is that hay net low enough for you? Is the water in the hay net low enough for you, buddy? Yeah? Huh, Twist? You good boy. You're so cute. Twist is so cute. You're adorable. You're adorable. Hey, Christine. It is low enough. Oh, good job, buddy. Artie. Hi, Artie. Asher, you okay, bud? Hi. Hi, Asher. Not that you can hear me. You eating your hay? You're making a mess of it? Yeah. Yeah, so she had the steaming hay. Sophie, I know you're in heat. Yeah. Oh, it's starting to dry a little bit. All right. Oh, it's cooled off quite a bit. Yeah, so this was only 5 days. It is warm in here. Down inside this dampness. And she probably won't eat it, which is okay. She doesn't need to eat it. This is all mold that's already started, so we're gonna have to pull this anyway. Mold produces heat. Heat produces fire. Fire is no good. Oh God, that's that warm. Yeah, I know, Sophie. I didn't realize it was this big. I knew there was steam coming out of here, but holy moly. Alright, we're just going to spread this out right now, and then we'll come and get it out of here. Some wet hay is okay. Other wet hay, not so good. I want it to cool down before I throw it outside, I think, at this point. She won't touch it. I know she won't touch it. She's too finicky. You're too finicky. No, I'm not going to start yawning yet, Helen. It's too early for that. So, watch your hay, you guys. Yeah, it's not going to steam anymore for you, but watch your hay, because this is what causes fires. Yeah, she's going to go after the good dry stuff. She ain't going to touch this. So we're going to let this dry a little bit first. I know she'll eat it. I know she won't touch it. I mean, she'll eat that stuff. And then when she gets that all, and I get this all, I'll get her more hay. But when I put it in here, it was literally steaming. It was so bad. So bad. So... Please, 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 please check your hays. Hi, Baron. How you doing, buddy? Baron. Ooh, I gotta take this, you guys. I will catch you all later.